Last time we styled our Hogwarts page that we just created. This time, let's style the About page together. So let's go through some basic CSS now. There are several ways to add styling to our elements: inline internal CSS or external CSS. Let's start with the most straightforward one, inline CSS. First, go to the About HTML file in Visual Studio Code and type exclamation mark to generate the basic HTML template. You'll notice that the title is set to Document by default, which is the name that appears on the Browser tab. Now, let's add an H1 element with inline styling. Type style, background color, aqua, followed by the text hello, hello, like this. You'll see the changes reflected on our page. In our previous example, we used an H1 element for our title, which is standard practice. However, it doesn't strictly matter which element we use for inline styling. H1 is just commonly used for main titles. Using inline styling directly on an element, like our H1 tag, can be beneficial when you want to quickly change the styling of a specific instance. Now, let's move on to the second type of styling, internal CSS. For this, we use the style tag. Place this tag between the head tags of your HTML document. Inside the style tag, specify the element you want to style. In this case, H1, followed by curly brackets. For example, background color light blue would change the background color of all H1 elements on the page. Internal CSS is cleaner and more organized than inline styling, especially when dealing with multiple style rules. It works well for smaller documents. However, for larger projects, the most common and recommended method is external CSS. I've just created a test.css file, but in order for our HTML file to recognize and apply the styles from this CSS file, we need to link them. You might remember how we did this in the last video. After linking the CSS file, we no longer need the internal styles, so we can go ahead and remove the style tag from our HTML document. In this step, we're going to explore CSS inheritance by styling the body element. When we apply styles to the body, it also affects elements inside it, like our H1. This happens because some CSS properties are inherited by child elements, ensuring consistent styling. Take a look at our webpage now. Notice how the H1 has adopted the body's styles. That's CSS inheritance in action, and it's a powerful tool for maintaining consistency in our design. To wrap up, make sure to validate your HTML and CSS to ensure everything is correct. And that's it. You've just learned about inline, internal, and external CSS, and also about CSS inheritance. Great job, and thank you for watching.